I bought a new amp. I made the mistake of looking at the Found Sound website, which is a great shop here in Melbourne, Australia, and they had 3 of my all-time favorite amps, which were all used in stock. So I thought, you know what? Let's grab my gear and head down. Now, if you're thinking about getting a new amp at any point, always bring a guitar you're familiar with you, because this allows you to know the sound of the guitar and not just be enamored with something different. If a guitar that you know sounds great in an amp, then it's going to sound great, and sometimes different isn't necessarily better, so always bring your own guitar. Just to let you know, this video is not sponsored. Found Sound were nice enough to let me take the camera equipment through. I hadn't been to their new premises since they moved, and I gotta tell you, it was so impressive. I ended up shooting a Guitar Suit Saturday episode on the same day, so stay tuned for that. Here's a quick look at Melbourne, Australia, for those who haven't been here before. At least in this picture, it looks beautiful. And this is Found Sound. Now, to my knowledge, I've been to pretty much every guitar shop in Melbourne that sells used gear, and there's none as impressive as Found Sound. This is really something else. So if you're looking for a good deal on an amp that you won't find just going into your regular guitar shop or an old guitar, whatever the case may be, this is definitely the place to go. As you can see, there's so much great gear here. This is insane. So it's kind of like all intermingled. There is a new Fender guitar wall, which is where I'm standing right now, but there's plenty of used guitars on this wall too. It's really impressive, and the amps are just littered all throughout the shop. The first amp I wanted to try was the Fender Twin amp, and I owned one of these many years ago, and it's got a drive channel that absolutely sings. I went back and grabbed my guitar. I thought, let's give this a shot. This is the start of the dangerous section of the video. Let's do it. Alright, so sadly, this one's got some really scratchy pots, and that's a bit of a deal breaker for me. I tried the drive channel, and it happened again. Now, there's 3 main reasons why I wanted this amp. The clean channel's glorious. It has one of the best drive channels you're going to find on a Fender amp, and you can also switch it down from 100 watts down to 25. So that pretty much eliminated this amplifier from the equation, but there were still 2 others that I was dying to try. So let's get the next one. All right, we're checking out the Peavey Classic 50 amplifier. This is kind of like a super reverb. So it's got 4 10-inch speakers, except we get 2 channels. So there's a clean and a drive channel. And one of the reasons I wanted to test this amp out is because one of the best live tones I ever heard in Melbourne was a dude playing one of these, and it was mind-blowingly good. So yeah, this thing sounds unreal. This is every bit as good as the super reverb on the clean channel. You get a beautiful reverb sound, and then you've got that drive channel if you want to use it. It's got a master output volume as well, so you can play at lower volumes. I think it sounds pretty great. Let's check it out. Anytime I'm thinking about buying an amplifier, I always take one of my most played guitars because I know how this is supposed to sound, and then I like to get a sort of vibe off the amp, and the vibe of this amp is that I'm buying it. Wow, what a tone. And here we have a Fender Pro Sonic from the same era as the Fender Twin amp that I tried before. This also has a killer drive channel. Have a listen to this. Back when this amplifier came out, there weren't too many amps from Fender that had this kind of great drive channel. The Supersonic came out after this, and then the Bass Breaker, but I love the tone of this, and again, without any pedals whatsoever. amp that caught me off guard was this blue Princeton. This is your standard 10-inch speaker version. It's limited edition in this sort of like blue Tolex, and it sounds beautiful. At some point, I'll definitely pull the trigger on a Fender Princeton amplifier with a 10-inch speaker, or maybe the 12, but today won't be that day.
All right, so I bought an amplifier. I ended up with a Peavey Classic 50 with the 4 10-inch speakers. Man, the thing sounds friggin' awesome. I'm a huge fan. So the reverb sounds amazing. I was so close to buying the Pro Sonic, but the Pro Sonic just jacked the price up of the entire day, just a little bit too much for me. So unfortunately, I didn't end up with that amplifier, but I might come back and check it out at a later date, because to tell you what, that Pro Sonic, once I got the drive channel dialed in, I was a huge fan. You could play that without any pedals. It's a really impressive amplifier. So yeah, massive thanks again to the folks from Found Sound for letting me do a couple of different videos here. Odds are there'll be some different content from this particular session up on my YouTube channel, but if you want to check them out, definitely go check them out in the link below. They've got so much great stuff. The website alone will make you want to go down and check out the shop, which is exactly what happened to me today. Now, I asked the guys ahead of time whether or not I could just film some of the guitar purchasing process, you know, like, or amp purchasing process, just going in there. And once I got here, I was like, man, this whole shop deserves a new Guitar Search Saturday episode. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. See ya.